Hello guys, this is a review of the 2019 movie Come to Daddy, featuring Elijah Wood. This is a black comedy thriller horror movie that's all over the place, so let's talk a little bit about the plot so we could understand anything that went on in this film. The movie starts with a 30-something-year-old guy. His name is Norval. Norval's going over to his dad's house, and he hasn't seen him since he was like 5 years old. So this is something very important to him. He's very, how can I say it? Very shy, like into himself. He is not really like out there. He doesn't have a very like imposing attitude or a vibrant personality. He's kind of, I don't know how to say, he's just a basic character, like those people that are not really able to well, let's get on with the plot before I get into my opinion about it. He gets there and his dad is like, he's like, "Dad, it's me. You wrote me a letter. Like, what's going on?" And at first the dad's like, "What?" So he lets him in and welcomes him and tries his best to be good. He's clearly an alcoholic or having, well, I don't know if he's an alcoholic, but he definitely presents those signs. He's constantly drinking. He always wants to be drinking, and he misbehaves when he consumes alcohol. Norval is having having a very hard time communicating with his dad. He wants to know why he wasn't with him all these years, why it had to happen like that, and why he called him over. Norval had been living with his mom his whole life. He still does, and he's a rich kid, but there's obviously something missing. As with everybody else in life, you could have all the money in the world, but there are certain human connections that you desire and that are very healthy to have, but he doesn't get through to him. In fact, there comes a point where Norval overhears a conversation that his dad is having, saying like, "I didn't come here to like be a nanny, and I just want to kill him," or something like that. And they get into this heavy argument where his dad almost kills him, and he's going over with a knife to kill his son, but he has like a heart attack. And then the cops get there, and there's even a scene where the guy that the one of the forensics, is that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. He goes over and he's like, "I'm gonna break the fourth wall right now," but he's like, "You don't have almond eyes, raisin eyes, I mean, and the killers have raisin eyes, so I believe you." And he was talking to Norval. So you could get an idea of how, like, what's going on right now. I mean, you just have to watch it for yourself. This seems like the premise of every other, like, dad and son or dad and daughter thriller movie, but it's not. He then discovers that wasn't even his dad, and he starts hearing things and like seeing people out there. So it turns into this horror movie like Hereditary. And then quickly he goes into the basement where his dad is being held hostage, and he explains to him that they were planning on kidnapping this girl, and he took all the money and he betrayed his friends. So his friends are like getting revenge on him. They're making him do a lot of nasty things, and he's like, "Just kill him." But Norval is like this good kid. What is he gonna do? So they manage to escape, but then he realizes that this guy has his address. So his real dad now tells him, you have to go into the trunk of his car, get to wherever he's getting, get out, kill him, and that's the only way that you and your mother are going to be safe, because now he knows her address. He's going to go and get her. And his mom, well, he finds that out later. He stops at this hotel where the killer is having, is planning on having sex with a sex worker, and this girl, like, he offers her money to not go there with him, and like, it's just all over the place. And then there's like an orgy of some sort going on in the other room. It's crazy, a lot of stabbing, a lot of screaming, and they end up going out of the place, not going out with each other. Norval survives, and the killer confesses to him that his mom was a prostitute and that she was with everybody else. He was like, you never wondered why you live in like Beverly Hills even though your mom is unemployed? So like, it's, or did the dad say, like, I don't know, it doesn't matter, like, I'm confused right now as it is. And then he kills him, and he manages to get back to his dad. He's waiting by the ocean, just laying there almost. I think both of them are almost dead, but they form that last connection at the very end that everybody desired. Okay, now let's get to my thoughts on the movie. As you can see, it was very hard for me to explain this movie because it was, you could tell the story in a simple way, but I'm kind of, what makes it more troubling for me is the fact that I had a lot of emotions coming in while watching the movie, because it's funny. It's a funny movie inside a horror movie with this thriller type of story going on every now and again. And I've seen movies like this, but this one just takes the prize because they don't make it obvious. They don't make it obvious that it's like, it's not a scary movie. It's not a complete parody. But at the same time, it's also not like a Silence of the Lambs, or it's not a Hereditary 100%. It's like a mixture. And that's what makes it very interesting. From the opening scene, they have two quotes. One by William Shakespeare that says, I forgot exactly what it said, but it said something along the lines of, the kids must pay for the sins of their fathers. And then below it had a quote by Beyonce saying, my daddy is the best person in the world, or something like that. And from that moment on, like, she said something like, my dad is the best person in the world. From that moment on, I was like, what am I watching? What is this? Like, I was laughing so hard because I've never ever seen a movie with an opening scene that's so dull. Like, just two quotes, William Shakespeare, Beyonce, that's it. And have it be so effective. I was like, okay, I'm in for a real treat. The acting was very okay, especially with Elijah Wood, and I forgot the first person that plays his dad, the imposter. They had amazing chemistry. Their acting is just on another level. They are great, like the tiger from the cereal box. They are great. I had a fun time. At times I felt like is anything gonna happen? Like, I feel like they've been talking for such a long time and I don't get to anything, but they're just, I think, building you up, making you think like, this is gonna be very basic and he's not gonna be the father, because you could kind of picture that, because that's what happens in every movie. But then they take you here and then they take you here, and they don't just take you there, they make you laugh out loud while doing so, because the characters do something very stupid or very ironically predictable, and that's what makes it funny. And then they incorporate their little lines. I don't know how to explain it. You have to watch it. This is all over the place. This is like a Fruit Loops bowl, like all sorts of colors, and by the end the milk doesn't look like milk anymore. That's basically what this is. I liked it. It was on like what is this? From Collider, an endlessly shocking thrill ride. From Film Inquiry, savagely inventive and wonderfully macabre. I'd have to agree. I think people that like horror movies and that like very, very, very dark humor, they're gonna enjoy this one. I like I said, that it really can't get into much else because the film goes all over the place. But I definitely recommend it. I give it a rating of 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 in its category. The movie itself is higher than that rating, but this is my personal rating. Like, this isn't a movie that I want to watch over and over and over, but for the time that I watched it, and I definitely watch it, I would watch it again, but not too often. Because it's not exactly my taste, but it's an enjoyable movie, if that makes any sense. And I think that's all I like. Look at that. That's all I have to say for this one. It's good. You should watch it. Thank you for watching.